Just had a friend of mine point out, isn't it crazy that the campaign talking point is we can't let the radical, violent, anti-police mob win on November 3rd? Isn't it crazy that that's the conversation we're having? Oh boy, oh boy. Welcome in. Hope you had a decent weekend. Again, I spent some time over the weekend at Disney, and I was watching people. Disney is way scaled back. They do some good things over at Disney World. They do some bad things. For example, they got rid of the Fast Pass system during the pandemic. Now they've got the parks at I don't know what it is, 30%, 25% capacity. Everything is, maxed out, trying to make sure there's proper social distancing. But believe me, there are times at Disney World where you can't really socially distance from people. Just the way it is. You got thousands and thousands of people in a theme park. No matter how many you try to cap it off at, you go on, I don't know, a ride or an exhibit, and all of you get out at the same time, whether you like it or not. You're with a lot of other people. So I was sort of studying, and I needed this. I need a little bit of joy. We're all dealing with 2020 the best we can. I get therapy when I come into this studio every day, and I get to talk to you. And I watched these people. I kept thinking, who are the kinds of people who are at Disney World on kind of a cloudy, dreary, rainy weekend? There were old people. There were young people. There were white people. There were black people. There were Hispanic people. There were Asian people. There were people trying to have a little bit of life and dealing with what I think in many ways is the challenge of a guy like Dr. Fauci. And I don't know that Fauci's right or wrong. Maybe he's right. Maybe we're not going to have any normal until the end of 2021. Can we handle that? Or do you think we're going to be able to stay where we are now until October, November, December of 2021? Here was Dr. Fauci on MSNBC talking to Andrea Mitchell.
And I said what I've been saying all along, that I believe that we will have a vaccine that will be available by the end of this year, the beginning of next year. But by the time you mobilize the distribution of the vaccinations and you get the majority or more of the population vaccinated and protected, that's likely not going to happen till the mid or end of 2021. So in direct response to that person's question, I said, if you're talking about getting back to a degree of normality, which resembles where we were prior to COVID, it's going to be well into 2021, maybe even towards the end of 2021.
That's Fauci respectfully disagreeing with the president's belief that we're rounded the corner and we're on the back end of COVID. That's end of 2021. Now, I don't play that to depress you, because don't worry. Dr. Fauci is not the be-all, end-all of, and is certainly not infallible. You want me to pull out all the clips of Dr. Fauci saying we don't have anything to worry about with COVID-19? You want me to pull out the clips of Fauci saying that we don't have anything to be concerned about? That was Dr. Fauci at the beginning of this year. A lot of the experts, and I don't say this to disparage him or anybody who's trying to guide the country through this, they're making it up as they go. They're making it up as they go. We know that. The Operation Warp Speed, they're desperately working on vaccines. And again, the numbers are improving across the board. But Joe Biden has told us he'll shut it all down. If the scientists, if the doctors, if the experts like Fauci tell us to shut it down, we'll shut it down. And there's Fauci. I'm not trying to be melodramatic. You smack me around if you think I'm making a terrible observation here. Go ahead. I don't like to even think about what that lack of inspiration, what that prognostication of Fauci does to the mental health, not to mention the economic, fiscal chance that America has. I think about people who are hurting right now. What do you think Fauci's bleak, grim prognosis does for those people? Listen, Trump likes to say he's a cheerleader. He wants to be optimistic. He wants us to win. Can you imagine a campaign trying to stop that message? Give me your reaction to Dr. Fauci saying that we may not have any sense of normalcy till the end of 2021. 1-800-655-MIKE. 800-655-6453. Andrea, you're up. How you doing, Andrea?
Good. How are you, Mike?
Good, thanks. Thanks for calling.
I have a message for small town America. You might think you're safe out there, and it's better than the big city, but this weekend, my husband, a deputy, was attacked, and it's just the amount of restraint that my husband showed. He was T-boned at 50 miles per hour on purpose, and got out of the car and was met with a fist by this man. And this is small town America, and he tried.
How's your husband doing? How is he?
He's good. He's shook up, but he's good. And it's just people put their lives on the line for everybody,
right?
And we're not safe in small town America. If there's a justified shooting that BLM deemed unjustified, they will bring people by bus to your small town and destroy it. So America has got to be ready for this.
We've got to have our eyes wide open, and we better ask ourselves in which political leaders are better equipped to deal with the mob, Republicans or Democrats. What side of this are you on? And again, I beg you, challenge me if you think Andrea's wrong, and thank God your husband's going to be okay. Challenge us if you think somehow the Democrats are equipped to deal with these radical anarchists and violent, evil people.